From one of the oldest churches in the world to one of the largest temples in India, we take a look at 10 great feats of early architecture that are actually still standing. Hello guys, PC Gamer Dude here, and today I will be narrating, like always, and should be forever. Number 10. The St. Hippolyte Church, built in 618 AD. The first nation to adopt Christianity as its official religion, Armenia is home to several revered sites of the religion. One such building is the St. Hippolyte Church, built in the 7th century, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And rightfully so. The church has commissioned to replace a mausoleum which had been erected in honor of St. Hippolyte. Hippolyte played an important role in Armenia's Christian history, for she was a devout believer. Around AD 300, she lived in a Roman monastery as a hermit, along with 35 other women. Eventually, after fleeing the affections of the Roman Emperor Diocletian, Hippolyte ended up in Armenia, where her beauty caught the eye and fury of the pagan Armenian king Dirtad. When she refused, King Dirtad had Hippolyte and all her female companions tortured and killed. Later, after he had successfully converted the Armenian king to Christianity, Saint Gregory the Illuminator, the founder of the Armenian Apostolic Church, built the first chapel to honor Hippolyte. Number 9. The Jokhang, AD 639. Now, believe it or not, generally considered the most sacred temple in Tibet, the Jokhang is a Buddhist temple located in the capital city of Lhasa. Though the exact date of its construction is up for debate, AD 639 is a good estimate, as you're going to find. According to Tibetan legend, their king of the time, a man named Songtsen Gampo, got married to 2 different women, Princess Birkiti of Nepal and Princess Wanchang of China. His new brides brought with them a statue of the Buddha, and Gampo was delighted and sought to build a temple to house the Chinese statue. Stoked by jealousy, the princess demanded one for her statue, and the Jokhang was constructed. For the legends about the temple say it was built on the bed of a dried-up lake, itself above a sleeping demoness whose heart was imprisoned by the construction of the Jokhang. Though it has undergone significant expansion and renovation since it was first built, most of the core parts of the temple date back to its original construction. Number 8. Now, if you know this is the Ark of Titus, located somewhere in the, what is this? Well, we'll figure about that later. I do want to say, it's mostly located in Paris, France. Well, this was actually built in 82 AD. Like many of the greatest feats of early architecture, the Ark of Titus was built to honor a man, and in this case, that man was the Roman emperor named Titus. Though his reign was brief, lasting only 2 years, Titus was considered a good ruler, as well as a renowned military commander. He was responsible for capturing Jerusalem and destroying the Second Temple. The Ark of Titus commemorates that feat, with the south panel depicting Titus and his men taking spoils from the Jewish people. The north panel illustrates Titus' own triumph granted to him thanks to his victory. Located on the Sacred Road, it was constructed by Titus' younger brother, Domitian, after he succeeded his brother in AD 81, and the Ark of Titus became a model for future arcs, most notably the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. And although it's known as the Triumphal Arc, many similar constructions honor things besides military victories, including the building of city infrastructure. Number 7. Sukharam, AD 774. Now, this is a hermitage built on the slopes of Mount Toham in Korea, containing within its walls a rather large statue of the Buddha. designed a World Heritage Site. It was built on the 8th century by Prime Minister Kim De-sang, who wished to honor his parents, both of his current life and his previous life. The nearby Bogushi Temple was built for the same reason. Fulfilling duty being what it does. Unfortunately, Kim died before either one of his projects was completed, missing out on the innate beauty of their design, especially the sculpted divas, Bodhisattvas and disciples, which are widely regarded as some of the finest examples of East Asian Buddhist art. Unfortunately, thanks to the deleterious effects of weather, as well as the constant threat of clumsy tourists, the interior of the grotto has been sealed off with a glass wall. Number 6. Now, if you know Dag Stampa, it was built in 500 AD. For centuries, though, rulers in ancient India have been honored by having their remains encompassed by a large round structure known as a stampa. Once the Buddha came around, he decreed that enlightened ones should be honored in the same way. One of the oldest in the entire country is this stupa, just located outside of Sarnath, a city in the northeastern part of India. The word stupa is Sanskrit for heap. Now, this stupa was built under the guidance of one of India's greatest kings, Ashoka, a man responsible for the propagation of Buddhism across the continent. It's also one of a handful of monuments built to honor the Buddha, with the stampa marking the spot believed to be where the Buddha gave one of its earliest sermons. Number 5. The Royal Mausoleum of Maritana, 3 BC. Located near the famed city of Algiers in Nigeria, the Royal Mausoleum was built for two of the last rulers of the ancient kingdom of Maritana, Jubba II and Cleopatra Selene II. Their son Ptolemy was the last ruler. It was no coincidence the mausoleum bears a striking resemblance to one built by the Roman Emperor Augustus for Jubba II, which decreed a sign of his allegiance to Rome. Now, known by several different names, including the Tomb of the Christian Woman, thanks to a cross-like shape on the false door, the mausoleum has suffered a great deal of misfortune throughout the centuries. Vandals and thieves destroyed or stole much of the ornate decorations once littering the grounds, and various rulers have tried to destroy. It wasn't until Emperor Napoleon III declared a site to be protected in 1866 that the mausoleum was finally safe. However, since it was declared a World Heritage Site in 1982, several factors, including poor maintenance and endless vandalism, have put this marvel of early architecture at risk of being destroyed. Number 4. Ponte Angelo, 134 AD. Constructed under the reign of the Roman Emperor Hadrian, better known for the wall he had built to mark the northern limit of Britannia, as well as keeping out those darn Celts. The Ponte Angelo is a still-standing bridge located in Rome, Italy. Originally known as the Bridge of Hadrian, the name was changed sometime in the Middle Ages after the Archangel Michael has said to have appeared to Pope Gregory the Great in 590 AD. One of the finest bridges still standing in all of Rome. You better visit this bridge. It was also built to connect the Campus Martius, a public square in ancient Rome, to Hadrian's mausoleum, which is now known as Castello St. Angelo. In addition, the original Roman statues were replaced in the following centuries with angelic statues designed and mounted by Juan Rizzino Bernini in 1688. Number 3. Treasury of Artists. Sometimes been called the Tomb of Agamemnon, the Treasury of Artists is a beehive tomb built in Mycenae, Greece. Sometimes, perhaps the greatest feat of Mycenaean architecture, still standing. The tomb's builder is unknown. The legendary Mycenaean king Artes, or son Agamemnon, currently cited as ordering the construction. The Treasury of Artists, along with one other tomb at Archimedes, is unique in that a side chamber is connected to the main vaulted chamber, though the true purpose may never be uncovered. A pavilion thought that it is less illustrious family members that had their bones collected there. Number 2. The Greenstead Church in the 11th century. Not only is the Greenstead Church the oldest one church still standing, it might even be the oldest one structure in all of Europe. To be fair to buildings such as the House of Bethlehem in Switzerland, much of what is left of the Greenstead Church is much newer than the original construction date. In fact, the only things that remain are the tree trunks which form the nave. Its most prominent feature, the tower, was at some time in the 1600s, with various construction and reconstruction happen in the centuries afterward. Though not particularly noteworthy when compared to other places of worship, the Greenstead Church did host the body of St. Edmund, England's first patron saint, for a night. Number 1. The Brihadiswari Temple in 1010 AD. Now, this is, believe it or not, to be one of the largest temples in India. This temple is dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva, and is located in Vandajava in the eastern part of the country. The oldest temple made completely of granite, nearly about 130,000 tons of it. The temple is also known as Rajaraswaram, named for the Kala king Rahara I, who is believed to be behind its construction, a World Heritage Site along with 2 other Chola temples. Brihadiswara Temple is an incredible feat of engineering. In fact, the crown at the top of the temple was carved from a single stone and weighs over 80 tons and sits on top of the tower about 100 feet high. What do you think, guys? What is the greatest feat on these top 10? What do you think you liked the best, and which one would you like to go? Anyway, let us know in the comments section down below what top 10 we should do next. We will be counting those comments. Whatever comment we think which is awesome, we will approve it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time in another top 10. Take care.